I will tell them to be still be patient, confident that the next 24, 48 hours should be better in terms of temperature. We should receive some rain.
Officials say rain could aid the firefight. They'll also get some international help of about 300 more firefighters. The first of two groups from the U.S. arrived late tonight. There are more than 100 active fires in Quebec right now. At least 39 are considered out of control.
Even though it is raining, even though conditions are much more favorable for firefighting, there's still a lot of other logistical things that need to happen. Our crews are still working and heavily engaged in the areas.
There is a welcome change in the weather in BC, but the risk remains for the community of Tumbler Ridge in the northeast, where firefighters are working to protect homes. An evacuation order is in effect until Friday. And those record-breaking wildfires are stretching Canada's aging fleet of water bombers to its limit. Experts say it needs to be upgraded and soon. But as Jayla Bernstein shows us, that is a long process, and wildfires won't wait.
The fires came within a couple kilometers of this remote hamlet in northern Quebec. A lucky change in the wind spared Clova. He says more water bombers could have controlled the flames sooner, but the province had more fires than planes. It was forced to leave the firefighting to ground crews. Just one example of how the worst wildfire season of the century has tested Canadian resources.
I would suggest that this is a taste of the future. What's the worst that could possibly happen? Well, double it, because that's what's happening.
CBC News reached out to every province and territory to get a tally of Canada's water bombers. Its core fleet is about 100 dispatch-ready planes, all government-owned or contracted long-term and shared as needed. But experts say this arrangement doesn't work so well when fires rage from coast to coast.
When you've got fire of this scale, there definitely isn't enough.
Plus, the fleet is aging. Some Canadair water bombers are 40 or 50 years old.
These older airplanes need a lot of TLC, and they need a lot of work and a lot of maintenance, and they're much more expensive to fly and maintain.
He says even with regular maintenance and refurbishing, the fleet needs upgrading.
If this is going to become the new normal, we have to rethink the Canadian firefighting fleet.
One answer could be the next generation of Canadairs. De Havilland says they'll roll out from a new plant in Calgary starting in 2027. But the first 24 are promised to Europe. And so far, no orders from Canada.
We'll learn from our experience in here and when we make future investments to make sure that Canada has the capacity to respond.
For now, U.S. planes are swooping into the rescue. But the changing climate means that future wildfire seasons are more likely to strike both countries at once. All the more reason for Canada to start thinking about becoming more self-reliant. Jayla Bernstein, CBC News, Montreal.